Good morning and welcome in. Dan Hardenbrook, glad to have you along. Hope your weekend went well. Time now to take a look at your latest local news from around the region. It's a brand new week, and this is your Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Your local news today being brought to you by Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center.
Have you been inside the Gibson Family Health Clinic this summer?
Right from the front door as you enter, it's a big expanded entrance, easy to find registration. Many seats in our waiting area, but you'll see a nice fireplace there, a beverage station, and really quickly taken back into one of our 18 exam rooms to be seen by primary care provider.
That's Helen Newberry Joy CEO Helen Johnson, who says the updates streamline the healthcare process.
You're going to get great care close to home, in and out, ease of access, park closer to the door than you have been previously. You're going to be able to navigate the space really easily, more intuitive, I guess, and you just kind of naturally flow through the space.
And that's just the beginning of the updates and renovations.
We will continue to be making multi-million-dollar investments in that facility so that this hospital and the healthcare we're providing is sustainable into the future.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center.
We're just really doing a lot of nice upgrades in there to make sure we're providing the latest and greatest to our community.
Your health, our passion.
In your latest local news this morning, Engadine Consolidated Schools issuing a plea to parents and community members to help show their support by contacting local legislators, putting pressure on the state of Michigan to pass a new school funding budget. According to Engadine Consolidated Schools, they need your help. The school funding budgets in Michigan have not been set, even though state law states that they are supposed to be in place by July 1st. A stalemate in Lansing has put school funding in question with the new school year just less than 2 weeks away. Engadine says that them and other districts around the state are at risk as the school and kids with education plans could be in jeopardy. You should consider reaching out to your local lawmakers, sharing your concerns, and expressing your views. In a letter to the community, Engadine Superintendent Andrew Elvesteffer said that the state law that mandates local lawmakers to approve a K-12 school funding budget by July 1st has not been followed, even though the deadline has passed and no agreement has been reached, and that without a budget, there's a risk of state government shutdown on September 30th, which could put school funding in jeopardy and putting schools at risk on how they operate. According to Elvesteffer, at the heart of the deadlock is a proposal to redirect dollars from the school aid fund, which is a fund voters would promised that would be solely dedicated to K-12 education. Some state lawmakers want to shift that funding to other priorities, including road repairs, according to Elvesteffer's letter. Many believe the violation is against the original intent of the system voters approved back in 1994 to guarantee fair statewide funding for public schools. Engadine Superintendent Elvesteffer says that if the legislature does not pass a budget, districts across the state could miss out on the first scheduled state aid payment, which is due to schools on October 20th. For schools like Engadine and others across the region, a missed payment would be a major impact on district operations, causing a major part of the resources that schools rely on to help compensate teachers and staff who work directly with students, maintain class sizes and student support services, maintaining bus operations and keeping classrooms supplied, and funding academic, art, athletic, and student activity programs in different districts. Elvesteffer says that schools cannot operate independently without those resources, and that the solution is simple. Lawmakers need to approve a K-12 budget that safeguards school aid funding dollars for their original purpose. You can read the full letter to the community on the Engadine Consolidated Schools website. It's not a single district problem, but a statewide issue. Everyone should contact their local lawmakers to help get a new budget passed before a state shutdown potentially comes later this fall. Again, for more information, you can contact your local legislator, view Engadine's letter on the Engadine Consolidated Schools Facebook page. Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital is announcing that their Nobbin Rural Health Clinic is now accepting new patients with a brand new provider. FNPC Joan Matajowski is now accepting new patients out of the Tahquamenon Rural Health Clinic on US 2. You can schedule your appointment at 906-341-2153. The clinic is open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Provide services including lab draws, family practice visits, annual wellness exams for all ages, same-day appointments and walk-ins for acute care, diabetic appointments, limited immunizations, minor laceration repair, and women's health services. Get more information by going to the Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital website. And make sure you schedule your appointment soon with new provider Joan Matajowski at the Tahquamenon Rural Health Clinic on US 2. Tahquamenon Area Schools is inviting the community out for their annual back-to-school open house. That'll be Wednesday from 6 until 7 p.m. It's an opportunity to visit teachers, check out the library. How about stopping by Mr. Parr's one-of-a-kind shop class? Meet Superintendent Sean Tebow in the cafeteria. Visit tables with different demonstrations and information in the Tahquamenon Area Schools library. It's all part of the back-to-school open house for Tahquamenon Area Schools. It'll be Wednesday from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. at Tahquamenon Area Schools in Newberry. Portage Township is looking for interested individuals to serve as their building inspector. Portage Township is seeking a licensed building inspector 1. It's a part-time position. Candidate would perform building plan reviews, on-site field inspections of properties, and verify compliance with the improved construction documents, adopted codes, and other ordinances of Portage Township. Registration with the state of Michigan as a building official, plan reviewer, or building inspector is required. The ability to obtain these registrations within 6 months will be reviewed upon request. For more information and a complete job description on the Portage Township building inspector position, you can contact the Portage Township office. That's on Davis Street. Office hours are 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also go online to portagetwp.org. All interested candidates must submit a package, including a resume, by 4 p.m. on September 10th. You can send that to Portage Township, P.O. Box 70, Curtis, Michigan, 49820, or email portageclerk@att.net. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. That is your latest local news this morning. It's your Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Your news today being brought to you by Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. At HNJH, your health is their passion. For a full range of services they provide right here in communities close to home, go online to hnjh.org. Time now to check in with sports this morning. It was a back-and-forth battle in Detroit yesterday as the Tigers fall just short against the Kansas City Royals by a score of 10-8. Pitching and defense optional as the two teams traded the lead with a couple of big rallies on each side. Tigers scored first on a home run from Riley Green, but then Kansas City rattled off 6 runs in the third inning. Detroit came back with 6 runs of their own, 3 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, to retake the lead. Then it was the Royals who scored 4 unanswered runs to pull away in the contest. Jack Flaherty struggled on the mound for the Tigers, 5 innings, 10 hits, 8 earned runs. Tigers, though, still have the American League's best record coming out of the weekend. They are 78-54 on the season. Michigan has its new man under center, true freshman and 5-star superstar recruit Bryce Underwood is expected to be named Michigan's starting quarterback for next weekend's season opener. Other Michigan quarterbacks were informed in meetings yesterday. Underwood, a highly touted and pricey prized recruit, joined the Wolverines after flipping his commitment from LSU last November. Underwood is a Michigan native who played his high school ball at Belleville, one of the most decorated players to sign with the Wolverines as a recruit, edged out other top targets from previous recruiting classes from Michigan. It's no surprise Underwood was ESPN's #1 overall recruit last year. Latest local weather forecast for the day today. We'll see partly sunny skies and highs in the low 60s. Northwest winds 10 to 15. Winds today could gust as high as 25 miles per hour. For your Tuesday, sunshine, a high in the mid to upper 60s. Northwest winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, 30% chance of showers, partly sunny, a high in the low 70s. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. This is your Newberry News Update on M123 FM.
Have you been inside the Gibson Family Health Clinic this summer?
Right from the front door as you enter, it's a big expanded entrance, easy to find registration. Many seats in our waiting area, but you'll see a nice fireplace there, a beverage station, and really quickly taken back into one of our 18 exam rooms to be seen by primary care provider.
That's Helen Newberry Joy CEO Helen Johnson, who says the updates streamline the healthcare process.
You're going to get great care close to home, in and out, ease of access, park closer to the door than you have been previously. You're going to be able to navigate the space really easily, more intuitive, I guess, and you just kind of naturally flow through the space.
And that's just the beginning of the updates and renovations.
We will continue to be making multi-million-dollar investments in that facility so that this hospital and the healthcare we're providing is sustainable into the future.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center.
We're just really doing a lot of nice upgrades in there to make sure we're providing the latest and greatest to our community.
Your health, our passion.